All right, it looks like we have everyone here that's coming, so can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge of Allegiance. So.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. You call the roll?
Okay, Dr. Falb is excused. Dr. Flores.
Here.
Or Matias, here. Pastor Moody.
Present.
Dr. Randalls.
Present.
Mr. Ross. Ms. Shotke.
Present.
Ms. Slade.
Present.
President Baker.
Here.
We're all accounted for.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Support.
Everybody in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, we're going to start with celebrations.
Thank you, President Baker and members of the board. I'd like to ask Laura Lamore to come forward, please.
Good evening, Superintendent Weatherall-Neal, President Baker, board members. It's our pleasure to sit in front of you this evening and celebrate our Ken O'Shea service to our youngest learners. We service students who are birth to 5 years of age in our Ken O'Shea programs. And long before it was federally mandated or required of anyone to do the right thing, we have a group of innovators and founders in the County of Kent who said, we've got kids who need what we have, and they pulled together and began the Ken O'Shea campus fleet of services. And we have a long and proud responsibility to families and children and to honor those people who have been in service to us over those last 50 years. So I'd like to introduce to you Mary Koch. Mary Koch is one of our awesome administrators for Ken O'Shea campuses, and she's going to say a few words about the program.
Good evening. I am beyond proud to be associated with Ken O'Shea. Ken O'Shea has a long and very strong legacy here in Grand Rapids, but also Kent County and this whole part of the state. The staff at Ken O'Shea are passionate. They are so committed to not only provide wonderful services, but to walk that path along with parents and build those relationships that make such a difference. On October 13th, we had a celebration of 50 years, and we had over 300 people attend. They were former and current students, parents, and staff. We have a lot of retired staff who are still so committed to Ken O'Shea. I'd like to introduce to you a few of the committee that are here. Joan Huvelhorst, Judy Kewick, Janine McGowan, and Rita Loper.
Welcome.
Thank you.
The Communications Office and the Special Education Office and the Ken O'Shea team came together almost a year ago, and these guys really championed and lifted the work to get those 300 community members together and to put on a celebration that was incredible. So thank you for applause for them. We've given it to them a number of ways, but this is just one more way to allow us to come before you and celebrate the work that they did to raise up this great work. We have a 5-minute video for you, which takes you through the history. And if you would, we will play that for you right now.
Ken O'Shea started in the mid-'60s. There were a small group of people who thought, let's just act and let's do it. They were quite progressive in their thinking. Joan Northick was at that time the superintendent of Wyoming Public Schools, and then Mary Huvelhurst was the other half of that idea. Bob Crump and Dr. Donald Waterman came on, and so I consider them the 4 founders of the program. Dr. Waterman added the component of the medical world for training of staff and for helping with diagnoses for children. And Bob Crump was the support for all of the services that needed to be found in the community.
The early days, there were just 2 of us teachers. I was a Pohai teacher, and I came when the program was about 3 years old. There was a Pohai classroom and a classroom for the hearing impaired. There was another room that was for the occupational therapist and the physical therapist and the secretarial staff. So there were just 3 rooms. When I started, there was not a curriculum for preschool children. We really had to establish our own curriculum and pretty much make our own teaching tools.
There was a large gap there where families didn't know how to help their babies.
That early intervention would make a change in children's lives long term. At that point, there was not a place in this county that serviced those children.
From my understanding, children had to wait until they were like kindergarten age before they were able to receive any kind of services.
We started at 3 to 5, and then with the new laws that came in, we came down from 3 to 5 to 0 to 26.
This group said, well, let's find a way to help with that, and they did.
Every week when I would go to Kenosha, I came home feeling good. And that first year we had our group at 8:30, if you remember, feeling like I had really helped Andrew because he was in an atmosphere where therapists were checking all of his needs and abilities and letting me know what to do next. And I was in an atmosphere where I was being comforted and feeling normal again. You don't feel like you're the sore thumb standing out among all these people that have normal kids. You're with people who are experiencing the same things.
It was just a really great place to work. Mary Huvelhorst was the principal at the time, and she had made it like a family.
Well, what drove my mother was always she had big ideas. She wasn't intimidated to act on them. She was like, well, of course this can be done, and of course they need this, so let's do it. The group that got together all had the same philosophy and said, of course we can, and we should, and let's. And that's when they started changing some of the laws in the state of Michigan to provide these services for families.
As we grew, we kept adding classrooms to that site, and then eventually we moved to Kenosha.
Wyoming needed their classrooms back, so Grand Rapids was approached. Did they want to take on this program? And they did. And I believe they added on to what is now Kenosha Elementary School. And so a portion of that building was used for this program as it is today. Kenosha, in my mind, is a remarkable, unique program that provides these services with all kinds of disciplines from the very beginning of life for these little ones. And then it also supports the families that are trying to figure out what it all means to them and their lives.
So I think it has made a big impact long term.
It's the history that people forget, and I'm so glad that this is happening because it's not just another program somebody works in. It's a vital key to families. And so now it's been with them serving all of Kent County for these past whatever number of years.
My boys started in 2013. This will be their 4th year. And my daughter started last year. So this is her 2nd. How much have I learned? A lot. From all the teachers, a lot. They go beyond their job. It's hard to get that first diagnosis. And, you need all the support you can get. I'm just grateful to have people that will let me know what I'm doing. I'm lucky because I know there's other programs, but they're a great program.
So it truly takes a village, and we're honored to sit here before you and to honor the great individuals who put together the 50th anniversary celebration and also the work that's been done for this community for our children. If you have any questions?
Mo, you must have something to say.
Recognizing all of my colleagues.
I was like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I was kind of fearful that it might be there. They spent a long, long time with that program, and still going strong. I'm happy to see it. I see some friends over there, so everybody's aged. What happened? They all look so young.
No, this is really
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah,
Wonderful
thank you.
job. It's wonderful. And Dr. Ron Gorman, if you will come forward, please.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Superintendent Weatherall Neal, President Baker, distinguished members of our Board of Education. I'm here this evening to celebrate the selection of two of our student representatives for the 2016-2017 school year. High school principals were asked to nominate students for the student representatives to the Board of Education position. There were 27 students who were nominated by their principals. We took the last month going through a pretty rigorous interview process to ensure that we had got the very best student representatives to sit on your board for this school year. The two individuals that we selected this year, the first person is Gabrielle Clark. Mom wanted me to call her Gabrielle the first time, so that goes on record. And I think in subsequent meetings, Gabby may be okay, but for this evening, it's Gabrielle. Does that make sense? Okay. Gabrielle Clark is an Ottawa Hills High School student. She is a senior. She's a member of the National Honor Society, a student council member. She is the captain of the tennis team. She is a youth leader at her church and is being recruited by Aquinas College and Wayne State University for tennis. She loves vocal music, loves to sing with her choral group. A quote from Gabrielle: "I love my school. I want to bring the students together so we can show what a great place we have here at Ottawa Hills High School." Ladies and gentlemen, Gabrielle Clark. Our next selection, he is not here this evening because he is attending a school event, but you're going to really appreciate this young man's leadership as well. From Union High School, we have Robert Filippo. Robert is an 11th grade student. This is his third year enrolled in GRPS, so he's been at Union for all of his high school years. Robert is an aspiring teacher who loves helping others. After graduating from high school, Robert would like to go on mission trips to help people in other countries and ultimately go into teaching. Robert is a junior at Union High School. He is a member of the Union High varsity baseball team, very active in campus life, has participated in the GR Initiative for Leaders, and is a head tutor at New City Kids. Both students are interested in being the voices of all GRPS students, not just the voices of students at their respective schools. Help me welcome, although he's not here this evening, Robert Filippo. This is the third year we've gone through this process, and we have had some absolutely phenomenal student representatives, and I know, Gabrielle, you'll be a fine addition to those who've come before you. So welcome to the team.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. So our next agenda item is report of the student representatives. So for our guests here, these student representatives get to give us their unfiltered perspective on things that are happening in the schools. You looked up when I said unfiltered. Teresa would like it a little bit filtered. But anyway, so it's time for your report to the board.
Well, first I'd like to say thank you all for extending your welcome to me, and I'd just like to say that I am beyond grateful that you all have allowed me to sit here with you today and contribute to what's going on in our district. Ottawa's a great school. There can be room for improvement, but so far things are going well. I'm not going to delve into specifics tonight, but yeah, that's all I have to say for now.
But look forward.
That's right.
Well, we're very honored to have you here, so I think that we're lucky to have your perspective, so thank you.
I'm very lucky that I always get to sit next to this.
Yeah, right, so. Public comment for board agenda items, are there any?
There are no public comments for agendas.
Any other persons? All right, Secretary's report.
All right, Turkey Trot. You've probably seen some of the signage along our streets, but come join to the biggest and best holiday race in the Grand Rapids area with over 2,000 runners in the 24th annual Thanksgiving run for Grand Rapids Public Schools. The continued focus of this event is to engage the entire community in a higher level of awareness around physical fitness, movement, and nutrition in a fun-filled way. Get an early start on your fitness goals for the new year. Proceeds from this event go to support the athletic programs in the district. There will be free mini trout for kids ages 12 and under. There'll be finisher prizes for all mini trot and medals for the top 3 finishers of each age division in the 5K race. Online registration is www.grps.org/athletics turkey trot. There are also forms available for the public on the table. As you can see, you probably saw those as you entered in. Sign up by November 23rd for the 5K and then pay only $30 to participate. The other is just want to invite folks and remind folks that to vote November 8th.
All right, so I do want to comment on your first item, the turkey trot. So all of the board members, so Julie sent this out to all of the board members to give us complimentary opportunity to run this. And I said, why don't we just make it an agenda item? Because I think it would be an opportunity for all of the board to, while they're sitting there, to fill out this form. So, I see Jen getting her pen out. The rest of you.
I don't think my wheelchair would do it.
And the motto is, use your feet before you eat. All right, so anyway. Right. It looks like that's about as good as we're going to get to it. All right, Superintendent's report.
Dr. Baker and members of the board, I'd like to ask John Hemholt to come forward, please.
Madam Superintendent, President Baker, members of the board. Superintendent just asked me to provide a quick update on Election Day. Election Day is tomorrow. Polls open at 7 a.m. They close at 8 p.m. IDs are encouraged, but they are not required. We have 21 different sites being served as polling locations throughout the city. Our ops team are on it. They're ready. We're ready for Election Day business tomorrow. For more information, they can go to grcity.us to the clerk's page for those individuals who want to find their polling locations. All of that information, including a sample ballot, is available on the city clerk's website.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. Get out and vote.
Yep. Thanks. All right. We have one action item, which is the resolution to refund 2007 bonds. And it looks like Larry's coming up to explain it to us. Thanks.
Good evening, President Baker, Superintendent Weatherall-Neal, and members of the board. We took to the Finance Committee at the most recent meeting last month a proposed resolution for this board to act on tonight. The low interest rate environment is still very favorable for us with debt outstanding. And talking with our financial advisors, we have the opportunity to refund some 2007 bonds that refunded a prior issue. So you may recall when about a year and a half ago we approved the new bond issue. In connection with that bond issue back in March, we also refunded a 2007 issue. So this is a refunding of a refunding. And generally we look at refunding and we look at a net present value savings, interest savings of somewhere between 3% and 5%. In fact, state law requires us to have a minimum 3%, 3% savings. This will save us somewhere in the neighborhood of 12%, so it's very, very favorable for us to do this. It simply takes a resolution on your part to do that. It'll about $1.5 million over the about 11 years savings, about $1.5 million to our taxpayers. That's about $77 over those 11 years. So $6.2 million net present value savings, over $7 million in gross savings. So very favorable, and I believe we should take advantage of that and would ask that you would approve the resolution to go ahead and do that. We'll probably do the refunding sometime probably late January issue the bonds sometime in, the refunding bonds sometime in February or thereabouts, and we'll be all set to go.
Any questions? This go to the finance?
Define it.
Right, we did approve that it could come here and be approved by the
Okay.
entire board.
All right, good. So you guys have
Makes
discussed it.
sense.
Good. Any questions? All right, can you call the roll?
Okay, Dr. Falb is excused. Dr. Flores?
Yes.
Dr. Matias, yes. Pastor Moody?
Yes.
Dr. Randalls?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Ms. Shotke?
Yes.
Ms. Slade?
Yes.
President Baker?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda grouping?
So move.
Support.
All right, call the roll for that.
Okay, Dr. Falb is excused. Dr. Flores?
Yes.
Dr. Matias, yes. Pastor Moody?
Yes.
Dr. Randalls?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Ms. Shotke?
Yes.
Ms. Slade?
Yes.
President Baker?
Yes.
Motion carries.
There are no discussion items. So next is public comment for any issue. Do we have a comment?
Yes, we do have Ruth Ann Lomas. Lomas?
That's right.
Lomas.
Welcome again.
Close enough.
So, it's that time again.
It's that time again. I was here in June.
As
I
you
was
know,
thinking
you'll-
it couldn't
You'll have
be.
3 minutes, so I'll start the clock.
Thanks. Just what I need, start the clock. I'm here to give you an update on the Grand Rapids Sister Cities International Essay Contest. First of all, I want to congratulate the board on your grant for the museum school. I think it was wonderful, and being a retired teacher, I'm all for any money you can get, wherever you can get it.
That's right.
Thank you, Superintendent, for your letter that you sent to me. We all appreciate your support in our efforts. We are GR, Dr. Gorman and John Hemhold. Wonderful article in the October We Are GR with our picture of the very first award winner, Halima Suleiman, who wrote about her mother, who was born in, I believe she was born in Somalia, but moved to Kenya, and she won the $500 cash award. She was a student at Innovation Central High School. The judges this year are Charmaine, and I'll spell the name for you if anybody wants to write it down. It's CHARMAYNE, Mulligan, MULLIGAN, PhD, Davenport University. Deborah, DEBRA, Rienstra, RIENSTRA, PhD, Calvin College. Victoria Upton, the editor and publisher of Women's Lifestyle magazine. And lastly, I had the opportunity to meet Diana Seeger, who is president of the Grand Rapids Community Foundation, and she will also advertise our contest on their website. Hope to see you board members in March of 2017 at our award ceremony in conjunction, hopefully again, with the Grand Rapids City Commission. So thank you for your attention, and I hope that it's one of our public schools students again. However, it's open to homeschoolers, parochial schools, charter schools, all within the city limits of Grand Rapids. And we do have 5 sister cities. And a lot of people don't know that, but with this contest, zeroing in on the adolescents, grades 9 through 12, there's a lot focused on lower L, middle school, but sometimes the high school students are lost in the shuffle. And this is a great opportunity to win not only $500 in cash, but put it on your resume when you apply for college.
Very good.
So also, just on a postscript, I had the opportunity to do my student teaching at Ken O'Shea in a 4th, 5th split level. Not in the special ed part, but in the regular ed.
And then I did another student teaching at Wedgewood Acres in the Kentwood District, and I ended up in Kent City in a resource room, grades 9 through 12. So I took this contest and I started it at Kent City when I was there. I took it to the Polish Heritage Society for $500 when I was president of that group, and then I proceeded to try it with the Grand Rapids Sister Cities International, and thankfully they have accepted the proposal, given away $500 last March, and we'll give away another $500 this March. Are you all seniors? Oh, you're in college? Oh, too bad. Too bad. Shucks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to thank you for bringing the idea here, and also the responsiveness of the GRPS staff to work with you. I think that was really important. So
It is. It's very important. Thanks.
anything else?
That's all.
Superintendent comments?
No comment, Dr. Baker.
All right, so let's start with Mo.
Happy to see a new student rep and looking forward to seeing the other one. Thank you for doing that. It's really fun to have them on the board. I already voted. I mean, having met one of the requirements to do that. So make sure everybody goes out there and votes tomorrow.
Reverend Matias?
No comments.
Mr. Ross?
Welcome, Gabby. Good to have you. Sensing a sense of wisdom in your youthfulness already. Looking forward to getting to know you better. And Dr. Baker.
All right, good. Anybody else want to grab on camera? Dr. Randalls.
Welcome, Gabby. Great to have you on board, and remember to vote tomorrow if you haven't voted yet.
Pastor Moody.
Welcome. Glad to have you aboard. I want to give a shout out to Ken O'Shea. 3 of my oldest children all attended Ken O'Shea Elementary School. And, just had the opportunity to ride by Ken O'Shea a couple of weeks ago, and it just brought back a whole lot of memories. And it was a great school, and still is, and give a shout out for that. Other than that, I hope that everybody who is running for board will win. And I pray that on Wednesday we'll know who the President of the United States is.
I bet it's going to be Barack Obama.
On Wednesday. Tony, I'm right with you, man. I had that thought too.
All right, Dr. Forrest.
Yeah, I'd just like to echo the welcome to Gabrielle and certainly encourage people to go out and vote too. Recuerda que su voto es su voz. Remember, America is waiting. We're going forward. Thank you.
And Ms. Shadiki.
Excuse me.
Welcome, Gabby. I'm only Jennifer to my mother and father, so I can relate. So welcome, Gabby. And yeah, a vote is a voice, so please go out tomorrow and have a voice.
All right, definitely want to welcome Gabrielle. Looking forward to getting to know you. And I want to thank Laura and the other staff that created that celebration. That was very nice. So to vote tomorrow with GRPS kids in mind. And there is a school board election that is happening as well. And I know a couple really good, smart, experienced candidates that you can ask me my perspective on later. So with that, we're adjourned.
Yeah, I wasn't.